All right, internet. How you doing? Today's just going to be kind of a fussing around day. I'm doing a lot of work around the house, and I'm kind of tired, so I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this. But I'll show you what we did do, and then what we're going to do. So we did pin this guy's head on. Let's bring the light. Something like that. So we did. We drilled a couple holes in here. I had it off-centered, so his head was like doing a little bit like this. But it kind of looked like he was kind of swinging around, so it was actually kind of cool. But I didn't do anything other than just leave this where I had cut it and ripped it off. But look how smooth this fits, especially on that side. Like, look at that. That's smooth, internet. And then the feet, I didn't retrim the feet or anything. That's exactly where you saw me cut it off. And look how the feet line up. Obviously, I played around with them a little bit just to get the angles like just right, so they're not necessarily perfectly flush, but like they're in as far as they can go, and like he stands. And the head doesn't look too small to me. It looks a little small, but I think once it's all painted up with everything else, you won't notice. I just finished magnetizing this hand, so it should be good. Or putting a magnet in that hand. And we're going to put one in the other hand. So this hand, like the wrist gets awfully narrow, so when I was trying to drill it out, I was actually making the end of his little fabric here fray. But we're going to be probably clipping that off and putting some other stuff around it anyway. So where is a hand we can put on him? Cool. So obviously we got to trim it up a little. This is the hand he's ultimately going to have. But I have to clean that out and do a magnet in it. Maybe we'll do that here, but it's just kind of, that's going to be some boring work. But there he is. So what we're going to do on this side is we want to drill in the middle of this. Put some hot glue and a little wire in there just to hold it up. Drill in the middle of this. So the first thing I like to do when I'm trying to drill a hole in the middle is when you drill with the drill bit and you start drilling, you're going to be out of... It almost always moves or switches a little bit. So using something like this that's going to be really sharp, I can get a spot right in the middle that won't move. So it's important that the drill bit doesn't move when you do this. It doesn't like adjust left or right, so that way it'll just drill right in. So we're just gonna, we don't have to go too deep. Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up my head instead of going under. We just need to go the depth of a magnet. And in fact, going too deep is not great because then the magnet sits further in and you don't get as good of a hold. But we're using bigger magnets, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And then rather than jumping right to the 1/4 inch, we go to the 1/8. Just to drill it out a little bit, give us more control, check our depth. And the 1/4 inch is probably going to destroy this wrist. But that's okay. We'll just green stuff around it if we need to. So we're just looking for about the depth of the magnet. Because we're going to be putting some stuff around this, it's not as big of a deal. We're going to be hiding this seam. I think we're gonna might do a chaos shield because he's got a bunch of shields on him anyway, so we might use like one of my chaos knight shields. All right, and then this is what usually happens. And when you start going in here, yeah, this is just gonna destroy this. Look at, see the size of that is almost the same. So if we go real gentle, we'll just see what we get. See if we can get anything. Because what else I can do is even if yeah, see, like that's exactly what I was looking for. If I kept going, it was just going to destroy this whole thing. But now I've got a little bit of a recess, and I got a little bit of a lip there for it to catch on to. Again, because we're going to be covering it up, it's not as big of a deal. Now I don't have a Sharpie, but if I did, I might hit a little black mark on there just to know that I've got my polarity just right. I do want to go a little bit deeper because I want to cut this side down a little because the magnet is going to kind of be angled. I want it kind of angled up a little bit more like that. So we're going to tilt the drill bit and really just kind of focus on taking something off that side. Now let's see what that does. A little bit more. I think that'll work. Yeah, that'll do. That's what we're looking for. All right, so we're just going to put a little bit of this on. Oof, way too much, internet. Way too much. I said just a little bit, and I didn't put a ton on. All right, use something non-metal. I don't know if I've talked about this stuff. This stuff is called Phillip Powder. I got it a long time ago. I don't know if you can still buy it, and it's just like this super fine, like little stuff that the really thin super glue just like it just like soaks it up and turns it into a little brick. But it's really good at giving you some extra like instant grip. So for something, whoa, poured out way too much. But for something like that, that also helps the super glue cure faster. I don't have zip kicker or like an activator. I should get some because that makes life a lot easier. But I don't use super glue a lot for things that are like fiddly bits that I need to kind of hold together. So that should be good, even just like that. I should be good to put this on it. I probably should wait. Let's show restraint and just wait a minute to give the super glue. Because how many times have you done that? You think you're impatient and you want to see if something does something, and you know. But anyway, internet. I did this head as well, and I magnetized it so we can put that on here so we can see the executioner's head. The executioner's head actually looked really good on here, but I would have had to cut almost all of this off, which wouldn't really have been that much of a problem. But at that point, if I'm cutting most of the hood off and resculpting it, I want a beard anyway, in which case, if I really wanted to do a hood, I just sculpt one at that point. So, because it was just this, where does it glue on? This piece here glues on. So this whole stuff was in the way, so I'd have to clip like all that out. But it kind of looked kind of cool. Like if I give you some depth perception, you can kind of get an idea of like how it would kind of look, because I mean he's got all that patchwork fabric down below anyway. So anywho's, let's clean this out a little bit. So you gotta get a magnet in here too, ultimately. Let's do this, so I tried doing basically there was like a hard piece of plastic in here, but there was also a little bit of a hole, so when I was trying to drill out, it kept, because there was no resistance on this side, it kept pushing the drill bit out. So I tried clipping it in there, and it's kind of being difficult. So if we drill a couple holes, that might make, we might just be able to make this easier to like scrape out. So, but yeah, we're just kind of fussing around today, internet. Here, let's build this guy so you can see the gargant, the mega gargant in all its glory. We might have to do something to make this a little more secure. It's not too bad, but I mean, this is a pretty long, heavy piece, so. Dun, 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 dun. No, I got that stuck in my head. Instead of going. Magnets are so cool. There we go. Oh, don't pick him up by his head. It's pretty cool, huh? Huh, internet? Give you a sense of scale. Rawr. We gotta come up with a name for these guys. Gotta come up with a name for them. He is probably going to have this club or the other. Oh no, the other War Stompers club. What about this? Well, that looks kind of cool, huh? I mean, at that point, he'd have the Gatebreaker weapon and the Gatebreaker hand, so he could be like another Gatebreaker too. I mean, he's going to be magnetizable, so he can really run and be whatever he wants to. So, anyway, let's finish trying to clean this up. This silly thing. Tighten you up. I can't get a grip on the other side. All right. Ooh, whistles a little bit. I guess that's not quite a whistle, but all right. The question is, can we get a magnet in there flush? We can't quite, so we do need to drill a little bit of it out. So this will try to bite in real serious. So I'm almost like, as soon as it starts to bite in, I'm pulling back a little bit. Like I'm actually pulling back like this a little bit so that it doesn't just like go cutting through one side. Quarter inch is very aggressive. Almost. So I'm pushing in, but then as soon as it starts to bite, you can see it like starting to weaken the plastic right there a little bit. You get that like white plastic look, you know, when it's about to burst through. There we go, that'll do. I might not even need green stuff for that, although it'll look nicer if I do, right? Yeah, Extendor, it's a go-go gadget. Doesn't look kind of silly. It does look kind of silly, internet. We can have fun, right? We can have fun. Fun's allowed. All right, I should have, oh, I do have a Sharpie right here. All right, black goes in. Say it with me, black goes in. That actually fits. Look at that. It's good. It's a good fit. And this, like the super glue, just keeps drying on the end of this thing. I mean, you guys know that problem. That's gonna take the whole top off, isn't it? Yep. Well, that is okay, internet, and I'll tell you why. Because it's stuck to my finger. Because where are they? Now I'm not going to be able to find. Oh, there. This is not going to last very long. These are little glue tips from Green Stuff World, but we'll use one. So it just goes on something like that. And then we are back in business. Remember what we said? Black goes in, black goes in. I just didn't really want a lot of glue on the top because I want to use a little bit of that Phillip Powder. So There we go. Job's a done. Ooh, that's hot. Wow, how much? Wow! Wow, what happened? How much glue was in there? Holy poo! Wow. All right, we're gonna have to get the acetone out. Look at this. Holy, look at. Wow, I'm still like finding it on me. Oh, cause did it go? Oh yeah, cause it all leaked out. Oh boy. So that backfired on us, internet. All the glue that was in there. All the glue that was in here leaked out of this thing and didn't. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Wow. Well, this is why we don't edit and we're here together for the journey. So why don't you drop in the comments some weird, goofy that's happened to you, like just happened to me. Hopefully that will. Wow, it's so much. Super glue, man. It's such a like. Is there a better solution where it doesn't just get everywhere, like on the end of your applicator thingy? It just is a problem. Oh. All right, what are we at? 16 minutes. I don't know if we're gonna do much more today, internet. I'm not really feeling it. I'm getting tired, so maybe we'll call it there. Maybe we'll give them a go gadget just for the giggles. This should be good now. Aw. Wah wah. It's a little too much for you, huh? I'm a big child, and I don't care. All right, internet, we're gonna leave it there. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm gonna lay down and go to bed. But oh yeah, we gotta actually show you. We gotta give you a complete package here. All right, and we're off. Kisses, internet.